Awesome! Brought to you by Kenya Engineer, linking industry with academia Kenya Trust, LIWA, and Rhino Cement. In Kenya, engineering programs follow a 5-year curriculum that is both academic and practical. One will need at least 8 years to be a registered engineer. This includes 5 years of undergraduate program, followed by a 2-year training under supervision of a registered engineer. The graduate will then need to work as an engineer under supervision for at least 1 more year before applying to be a registered engineer. The universities must produce enterprising engineers who are professionally recognized by the Institution of Engineers of Kenya, IEK.
To collaborate with the universities to ensure that what is trained in the universities is in accordance with the practices of engineering. So we have a lot of interaction between the university and the other institutions of technology for the purpose of ensuring that we have the training of engineering in those institutions is acceptable to what is required in this country. Engineering is a regulated profession. Regulated in the sense that the activities that engineers carry out can injure people and can damage property. In that case, the government ensures that whoever is given a license to practice is fully qualified and trained to be able to handle the responsibilities given to him. To this effect, the Engineers Board of Kenya makes sure that before you are giving a practical license, they have looked at your credentials and they confirm that you can go out there and give advice to people, to the population, and carry out work that will not injure them or damage their properties.
Many organizations have partnered with the various learning institutions to give students opportunities to get hands-on training.
If Kenya has to become a middle-income economy by 2030, it has to be on the basis of a very, very strong manufacturing platform. And manufacturing can only take place in this country when we have a strong engineering professional workforce. Our universities are turning out really good engineers. What is probably lacking is the skill sets, marrying what is taught in the universities to what is actually required in the companies. In ARM particularly, we encourage people to come and do internships so that they have practical skills in between their university degrees. I think this program should be rolled out nationally so that we really provide depth to our engineers coming out of our universities. This country will become a middle-income economy if our engineers have the right skill sets to grow our manufacturing sector.
The compulsory industrial attachment has made it possible for students to network in the corporate world and has made it easier for them to get future placements.
Engineering Students Association is a professional association within the School of Engineering. It brings students undertaking courses within the Department of Electrical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Mechanical, Environmental and Geospatial. And our main objective as Engineering Students Association is to create a platform where the students can also interact with key professional industry players within the field of engineering. Since the previous years, I feel like more industry players are actually coming in. There are some that actually give us projects and tell us to undertake it and do it by the time we're out. They give us the financial aid, they give us anything that we need, and by the time we're out, we have done projects.
The internships are well placed into the curriculum to ensure that the students on internship already have the theoretical framework required in the field.
Employers like using that word half-baked about graduates, but then you say in our case, we are privileged in that at least you get to have that experience of having worked in the field. You get to have that extra experience. The internship period at ARM was a really a real eye-opener into the engineering world at large. And more so at RM, it's so advantageous in that it's a process industry. In this case, you have milling, you have packaging, you have storage, things that are so much that actually bring out the principles that we learn in school to the real world.
Universities have invested in building state-of-the-art laboratories with modern equipment and facilities to ease learning. At the diploma levels, the trainee is equipped with skills to handle both electronics, electrical, and mechanical technologies. The training institutions have strategically placed themselves to tap into the technology market by introducing modern technologies in their laboratories.
We started the Shadaria Business Incubation and Innovation Center, a very, very important project here in the university. And the reason why we did that is that we felt that our students don't just need to be academics. We needed to have students who are not just job seekers, but also job creators. And how does one become a job creator if they're not innovative, if they don't have entrepreneurial ideas to incubate? So we started the center. What we normally do is that we call for proposals from students, and we look at those proposals. We have professionals here in the university who look at those proposals. They look at the promising proposals that are viable in terms of cost and time. And we actually then invite these students and we give them space in the incubation center. We give them a bit of seed money. We give them computer facilities, and we support them in different ways so that then they can nurture their products or services. And once the services or products are good enough, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, they go to the marketplace and then they can start their businesses. We are also using renowned mentors from outside, the good business people who come and mentor our students. It's working very well. The students are very happy about it, because if they're able to grow businesses, it means they can also make money, which means they can leave KU with a degree, but also with a business, and that will help them improve the quality of life, not only of themselves, but also of their families.
Modern communication equipment, fiber optic cable for enhanced internet access, and ICT resources have all resulted in transformation, especially in the School of Engineering and Technology. Through e-learning and e-books, universities have managed to break through to remote areas where students can access coursework and books through the university database. The technological research going on in these universities is one to be commended. Every year, students receive sponsorships by the universities to further their studies. The universities have also provided avenues for commercialization by providing resources platform to showcase these projects to enable implementation and further sponsorship. With the high quality of education and the enhanced network with the workforce, experts believe that engineering education is yet to reach its sky limits. However, with these developments, Kenya universities continue to receive global approvals, with many foreign students being registered in local universities. Students are being encouraged to come up with projects that will benefit the country and have a global impact. This is in line with Kenya's Vision 2030 of enhancing research and development within the region. Such centers of research will go a long way in bridging gaps between industry and academia, and in the process produce graduates who meet local, regional, and international industry needs in science and technology.
The real opportunity and the real strategy to harness the potential of engineers is clearly the quickest way for our solutions and opportunities of competitiveness, because it's through engineers that they create a natural interface between processes and technologies and people. It's their ability to envision what's expected and turn it around into a technical solution. We see this talent naturally. We see repeatedly year after year at the Engineering Students Exhibition. young people who are interested in designing and developing prototypes of devices that can provide requisite solutions. And this is an important resource that we have, especially because they're so resourceful. They make robotic arms and communication systems from broken pieces of technology, which they put together and dream that the system could be a solution for something that is very much needed in our society or economic sphere. So we're definitely well placed as far as the enthusiasm and talent, natural talent is concerned. If we're able to create a link between academia and private sector, then we can enrich curriculums, we can ensure that training is more relevant, education is more relevant, and research is more relevant. We can find ways in which we can share infrastructure for universities and vocational training centres which don't have the full capacity to access these, but is so crucial in exposing the students to the latest trends in technologies, systems and equipment. And of course we can, above all, play a role in initiating joint research projects, applied as well as basic, which in turn can bring a high value into business as far as innovation is concerned.
We take quite some students every year, between 20 to 30 on attachment during the holidays. Could be from polytechnic, could be from training school, could be from universities, electrical, mechanical or mechatronic engineers who come for 3 months of attachment, and once they finish the course, if they aspire to join the company, they would apply and they would consider them to join the company after graduation. And on one of the programs, we also brought in some lecturers and lab technicians from the universities to come and work on our factory floor to enhance the skill sets and skill levels and the technology, so that the future training of the graduates is in line with what market needs.
The education sector has experienced major expansion since Kenya attained independence. Initially, the country only had 7 public universities, which tightened competition for the few available opportunities. The engineering sector saw the gap and became one of the technical courses to be offered at college level for those who did not make it to university. The University of Nairobi introduced engineering programs in 1971 with only 3 disciplines: civil engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. After University of Nairobi, Moi University introduced its engineering programs in 1986, followed by Jomo Kenyatta University of Technology in 1994. Egerton University, Kenyatta University, and Masinde Muliro University introduced engineering faculties in 1997, 2002, and 2007. Other institutions that offer engineering courses are Technical University of Kenya, Kimathi University College of Technology, Multimedia University College of Kenya, Kenya Polytechnic University College, Mombasa Polytechnic University College, and Kisumu Polytechnic. Unlike in the past, where an engineering program comprised broad fields, today the programs are specific and specialized.
The school started off with mainly 3 branches of engineering: mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical engineering. But now we have 5 departments, plus geospatial engineering, which used to be surveying, and then we have got environmental biosystems engineering. The older
departments like civil, electrical, and mechanical have remained fairly the same. And this really has been the desire of the Engineering Registration Board, because these are very fundamental areas of engineering that service our economy.
Electrical engineering has sub-disciplines such as power systems engineering, electronic engineering, computer engineering, telecommunications engineering, and even software engineering. Mechanical engineering has specialization in chemical engineering, textile engineering, and mechatronic engineering.
Currently, the most attractive engineering courses that we have are building and civil engineering and electrical and electronics engineering. That is where we have the majority or the bulk of the students enrolling in. Like in the building and civil engineering department, the interest is there because of the construction boom that we are witnessing right now in the country. And once the students live here, all of them get absorbed. If you go to any construction site in Kisumu today, or even outside Kisumu, you'll get a Kisumu Polytechnic graduate working in one of those sites.
The need to break down the broader disciplines was necessitated by the demand for special engineers in different sectors of the Kenya industrial economy.
We have launched both diploma and crafts level marine engineering and nautical sciences. This is in partnership with Kenya Maritime Authority, because these are some of the programs which you cannot just offer like that. They are also regulated by that body. Our intention is actually to upscale those programs to degree level. So soon we are going to have a Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering. And in line with that, actually, courtesy of the government, we bought a unique equipment here, which is actually unique in the East African region, actually. It is called a marine engine simulator. That was a condition by the Kenya Maritime Authority, because we cannot train people in that area if we don't have that facility.
With the high demand for engineers in Kenya today, universities have been forced to increase their capacities to be able to accommodate more students into the program.
We actually evolved from the faculty to a College of Engineering and Technology because of the rapid growth in terms of numbers. Between 1995 and currently, we have developed about 6 new programs, and we actually still developing new ones as the need arises. Apart from teaching, we do research. Our vision is actually to become one of the best college of engineering globally. Be able to meet the required 10% economic growth by 2030. The backbone will be the engineers. And not just ordinary engineers, but engineers who are properly trained, and therefore they should be exposed to relevant information, relevant skills, and relevant competences.
This does not mean lowering of the average grade requirement. If anything, the aggregate grade point has been increased to ensure only the best get into these disciplines.
Despite the fact that we've got a large number of students wanting to join in our programs, as a university that is aspiring to be world-class, there has been a misguided understanding that maybe we take dropouts or very weak students in our programs just because they have money. This is not the case. And many students are disappointed. For example, we can have applications of over 200 to 300 students, particularly in civil engineering, electrical engineering. We are only able to take 80 to 100. And whoever we are leaving out are people who are actually qualified to come in. And this will help us to be sure that our standards remain as high as we want it to be.
The total annual enrollment in engineering programs has increased dramatically, especially with the introduction of the double intakes.
We have focused on making our programs competitive, because whether you have good infrastructure or good professors, as long as your programs are not competitive, as long as you can't go there and get a job, then you will not be competitive. So our first focus is to make our programs competitive. And the way we do this is that we do market surveys. We do market surveys where we talk to the employers to find out what skills they need. We also do tracer studies. Tracer studies are studies where we follow our students who are there and ask them, are the skills that we gave you working, or what else, what gaps are there? And those have helped us now to keep improving our curriculum. We also revise our curriculum every 4 years. Again, you can have very good programs, you can have very good professors, but if you don't have infrastructure where the students can stay, can study, a good library, good accommodation, again, you will not stay competitive. Third one is to make sure that we also hire, competitive lecturers. Because again, you may have all that, but if the students feel that the people who are teaching them are not good enough, again, they will not come. So it's a multi-strategy.
When I was a student in this university, in 73 to 76, we had only one girl in our class of civil engineering. And there was only one girl in electrical engineering. There was no other girl. But today, we have very many girls joining our programs, and they are excelling. In fact, they are doing much better than the boys. Like this last academic year, we had the highest number of first-class honors being ladies from electrical engineering. Yeah, the previous year, we had the best student in mechanical engineering being a lady. So we are very happy about this. The numbers of girls are increasing, and they are doing very well.
The number of female have increased since I came in. When I came in, we were around 20, and some dropped out, some of the female dropped out. But as we continue, as we keep going on, the female students have kept on increasing, and we are quite a number now. And you'd realize that before, the men were not very inviting to us ladies, but seeing that they actually voted me in to be the chair lady of Engineering Students Association, I think they've started embracing that we are getting into the field and it's no longer just a male field.
Today, over 3,000 students are admitted annually through the Joint Admission Board to study engineering in public universities. Another 2,000 are admitted under private sponsorship, also called Module 2 program.
Currently, we have a new, what we call curriculum, module-based, where we have Module 1 up to Module 3. This is more friendly to the students, unlike the former curriculum that we had where they were here for 3 years, then at the end of the 3 years is when they do an exam. But now it's more flexible. You can opt to stay out if you don't have funds, and then come back and pursue your education.
There is a need to expand and at the same time be specific to the demands in the engineering sector. The value of the Kenyan engineer can be seen in the different services where they showcase their expertise. Provision of quality education and field expertise remains a goal for each of these institutions, making the transition from school to the field more bearable. All the courses are now tailored to respond to current demands in engineering and technology, both in Kenya and the world.
To keep ourselves relevant, we have made sure that we try and make sure that we produce graduates who are fairly marketable in terms of comparable to other graduates from other universities. And we have also tried to make sure that as much as possible, we try and invest in some of the lab facilities. We also make sure that our students go for field practice. In fact, they have to do it 3 times. They must do at least 8 weeks in a given year of field attachment. So that gives them an advantage over the other graduates from other universities.
This experience is valued because it gives the student engineer an all-round experience, both in class and in the field. Awesome. Brought to you by Kenya Engineer, linking industry with academia Kenya Trust, LIWA, and Rhino Cement.